Good morning. Morning Musings by Melinda. How's everybody doing today? Well, I started my day out coming into my parking lot, and one of my clients was sitting waiting for me because somehow it wasn't on my calendar. And he's nice enough to be sitting beside me while I'm doing my musing. And today we've got a good one. It's for Anne Margaret. It's called Resistance, Ego, and Tools to Use Each Day for Dealing with the Inner Voice. Well, your ego voice is the voice within you that's got fear. It's the one that is in a state of resistance all the time. It's the one that buys into being afraid, or that you can't do it, or anger or jealousy. You know, we can have positive ego too. If you didn't have positive ego, you wouldn't brush your teeth or put deodorant on or make yourself look nice. So that's positive in the ego. But in this way, we're talking about the kind of ego that really gets in our way to move through life with balance and harmony from within yourself. We think of it as the proverbial devil on one shoulder and the angel on the other. Your higher power is always talking to you in ways that make you better. Like, for example, if you had a situation with someone and you had a falling out and you have a nagging thought in your head that you should write them and take responsibility for your side, that's your higher power. If then you think to yourself, well, why should I be the one to write to them? What do I need to do the apology for? It was all on them anyway. That's your ego. And if your higher power says to do that, you do that without agenda, whether they're going to write you back or they're going to get it or whatever, because your ego is the resistant part of you, and your higher power is the giving part of you. So, what are the aspects? Good morning, England. Thank you, Suzanne from the UK, for being with us today. What are the 10 signs that ego hinders success? Number 1, ego makes you overvalue yourself, because ego overvalues itself and undervalues the team. If you're working with a team and you're the one that thinks that you need to get all the credit, or you don't rely on someone else to help you get there and get across the finish line, then you know what? You are in ego. I don't know what I would do without some of my team. Did you know that I actually have several employees, not just Izzy, that help me, especially with some of this social media? I always appreciate them. Your ego feels a nagging frustration with others, but satisfaction with itself. You know what my ego does? My ego, when I'm driving, is a nag to me. I'm very impatient with other drivers, and I always kind of think to myself, oh, that's ridiculous. You're in the car alone, and you're wearing your mask. Which is really none of my business, and definitely my ego. And I'm a big proponent of wearing masks to protect each other. So, we all have ego that nags us. Ego sees weaknesses in others as gross offenses and personal weaknesses. And I just gave you an example. How silly is that, okay? Ego needs more gratitude, more appreciation, more recognition, more praise. You're egotistical when you always feel underappreciated. Ego views luck as the reason others succeed rather than honoring their hard work. Ego enjoys unrequested improvements to the ideas and work of others. It does not appreciate the contributions of other people. It refuses to adapt. It demands immediate gratification, and it acts with impatience towards others. The one thing that ego does the most of? Makes you feel unhappy, makes you feel, because you're always critical and you're always in judgment and you're always, complaining, and you're just, always being a pain in the butt, right? So what is the cure? Well, there is no known permanent cure for arrogance. You just have to be able to realize what your ego does and maybe laugh about it a little bit, maybe honor it a little bit, and maybe reduce it a little bit by moving into your higher power through meditation and prayer. Ask God to help you with your ego. Humility goes a long, long way, okay? So, Number one is that ego takes offense, takes things personally. Number two, it's projecting energy, allows insecurities to rule us. Number five, it distracts, it creates distractions, so it stops us from spending time within ourselves, for ourselves. It's ignorant, it's closed-minded, it seeks validation and praise. Those are the things. And if you are always arguing with people, you probably are in your ego. And if you're very materialistic, you're probably in your ego. So, again, the same tools I always give you. Self-awareness, self-reflection, looking at childhood development. What did your parents teach you? What do you need to do to unravel some of those things? What kind of expectations do you have for yourself? Do you answer people in kindness? Are you in harmony? Do you look for balance? If not, you're an ego. Have a great day.